everyone, it's Pixelade here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. We have a new Sims Legacy update. This is patch number 6 now, so the Sims team is still very hard at work for fixing and optimizing this game, or these games rather, so that they A, run well on modern systems, and B, aren't still loaded with tons of issues the way they were at launch. Our last Legacy patch was on February 27th, so it has been a minute since our latest one, but there are a ton of issues that have been fixed in both The Sims and The Sims 2. General stability and performance improvements. Alt and Enter does not always scale the way players expect. The Sims can crash if a Sim interacts with the shower while the tragic clown is on the lot. If the Sims gets minimized while loading packs for the first time, the player can be prevented from interacting with the game until it is restarted. Lots whose families are on vacation do not have a vacation icon. Tiles around pools are rendered with original fidelity. The Sims would minimize if it was not the foreground application. Aggressively cycling through window zoom levels in full screen with Alt-Enter can lead to unresponsiveness or a crash. The UI scaling at different levels can be too extreme. And in windowed mode, the bottom of the game window will sometimes default to being behind the window taskbar. All of those issues have fortunately been resolved, but geez, just looking at this now, this is a really finicky, sensitive game that seems to become either unresponsive or crash just based on the most simplest commands. I guess it's a good thing that we have a fix for this now though. There were some functionality improvements made with this patch as well. The Sims now has in-game options to control window size, game resolution, and aspect ratio derived from resolution used at launch. The Sims is now using an improved pixel scaling strategy that provides better looking sprites, UI, etc. You know, why wasn't this game just launched with this? It's nice that they're adding this in on patch number 6 now, I think it is, but this should have just been a part of it. If you're going to basically report a game for Windows modern hardware systems, you'd think that all of these things would be improved on before it even came out. I'm honestly just really wondering now if they wanted to just push it out how it was to see how many people had issues with it before taking it further. I assume they didn't want to put all this development time into doing this if they didn't have to, but still, I mean, if proper testing was going on, they would have seen that there were issues and would have been issues. In windowed mode, the game window can be resized, and the game palette where the Sims is displayed is scaled to match the window dimensions. The Sims will preserve the original launch aspect ratio. They do have one general note here for the Sims, in that it requires a Vulkan compatible GPU. Please check on your GPU manufacturer's website to see if your GPU is compatible with Vulkan and ensure you are updated to the latest driver version. So now on to The Sims 2. There are even more fixed issues on this than we had for The Sims. General stability and performance improvements. There are significant frames per second drops in various scenarios, including multiple Sims in ultra speed, various complex slots, camera panning, etc. If window shortcuts was used to move the window from one monitor to another, the player could end up with a plain blue window in the new location. The Sims 2 might crash if a custom beach lot is placed in Belladonna Cove. The Sims 2 minimizes if it is not the foreground application. Pets cannot be scolded or encouraged. A Sim returning from work as an eco guru sometimes became invisible. On screens with resolution higher than 1080p, the pie wheel option sometimes went off screen. Sometimes when a family tries to travel to a community lot, only the family dog will travel. On 2K and 4K monitors, selecting the More option sometimes resulted in the mouse pointer jumping off the screen. After running for long periods of time, generally 2 hours or more, the player is sometimes prevented from interacting with the game. Multiple uses of Alt and E could cause the game screen to eventually move off the bottom of the screen. Multiple uses of Alt and E again could sometimes cause the game to scale the window incorrectly. The CAS UI does not scale/arrange well on displays with extreme aspect ratios, ultra wide displays. Yeah, as someone with an ultra-wide monitor, I have actually noticed this myself, so I'm very happy to see that this has been fixed. I feel like games are not being made and optimized for ultra-wide. Like, do game developers not realize that ultra-wide monitors are kind of the new standard now? I'm not saying that everyone has them, but they're standard and common enough to be optimized for, you know? And I also have a little complaint in that department with The Sims 4. Ever since they redid the brand new main menu, it's not optimized for ultra-wide, it's only optimized for widescreen. So I have these black bars on my main menu now, and I hate it. It shouldn't be like that. And lastly, if the computer has 2 displays of varied resolution capabilities, the game window could jump from one screen to the other when making resolution changes. We have one fix here for improved functionality. The Sims 2 now uses a borderless window to provide the full screen experience. And The Sims 2 general notes. There are recurring problems being reported on Intel Arc systems. Please see previous patch notes for more information. Due to the way the underlying graphics layer that The Sims 2 depends on works, when switching between full screen and windowed mode with Alt and E, there can sometimes be a substantial delay, many seconds, while the scene is recalculated and rendered. So that's gonna be it for our patch. You guys will have to let me know what you think of these fixes and changes for both The Sims and The Sims 2. I personally think this is probably one of the best patches that we've had for the Legacy Collection yet, especially considering it has issues that I have been experiencing personally, so that's really good to see. But that's going to conclude everything for me. I hope you guys are enjoying The Sims 4 businesses and hobbies. If you did end up picking it up, share below what you like most and what you like least about the brand new expansion pack. Thank you guys so much for clicking and watching. Take care and happy life simming, guys.